Hello everyone, welcome back to Whittle Spot again. Today we have Aditya with us, the man behind Foundry. Hey Aditya, how are you?
Hi Abhishek, what's up? Thank you for having me
Fine.
on. It's an honor to be on the Whittle Spot. I've gone through a lot of your
Yeah,
clips online, and yeah, thank you for having me on behalf of Foundry
yeah,
101.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I have come across your content, and I was like, the story you guys were putting out, and the story behind Foundry was very inspiring and exciting for me. That's why I wanted to bring you on board. Tell me about what, why, and how you wanted to build Foundry. Another fascinating thing I want to put to you before starting out is
Hmm.
you guys are building something which Nikhil Kamath is doing with Foundry there.
In some way, but I think Nikhil Kamath is building something that's an offline residential program. It's
I
called
know,
The
but it's
Foundry
it's with the same name though.
with a similar name, with a similar name. But
Yeah,
ours is Foundry 101. So
yeah.
Foundry represents the founder aspect, and 101 represents you going the extra mile over 1% more over 100%. So
Okay.
this is actually a co-founded company. So me and my co-founder, her name is Juana. She's from
Mm-hmm.
Spain. So
Mm-hmm.
how this started was we wanted to take, people from, different parts of the world and try and connect them. And so predominantly entrepreneurs. So initially we thought this would be like a 40-50% community, so around 20 from her college and around 20 from my college. So I'm a first year student at Symbiosis, Pune,
Mm-hmm.
SCMS Pune. So we actually met on a meeting sort of thing. So I was helping her build a case study, a presentation. She had come from Spain to India for a month.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah. So while she was here, I saw that she was a little, you know, she had a lot of aspirations. She wanted to do big things. So I reached out to her with this idea. She was on board.
mm-hmm.
We thought two international co-founders, let's try and connect to the world, explain what our vision is. So at that point in time, it was just to bring on a small number of people. But then
Right,
as we started putting out videos, we understood a lot of people wanted to be on board. They were finding this as a need. They wanted to, connect with like-minded people around the world. They wanted to see what other people are building, take some inspiration from that, find different co-founders. And I think
right,
we've managed to do that in some way.
right. So when did you guys start this and how long it's been?
So we started brainstorming in March. So early March, we started brainstorming and we launched in April. So first week of April, we launched and it's been just over 2 months and we've grown at an unprecedented rate. On our
Hmm.
Instagram, we've just crossed 10,000 followers. We have onboarded over 1,600 entrepreneurs on the platform. We
Hmm.
have them from 30 to 40 different countries. And yeah, we're doing really well.
Cool.
Let's take it
Cool.
onwards and upwards from here.
Nice. Nice. So, what was the vision? You try to connect with them. Are they trying to connect with the with a co-founder, or like they're trying to connect with individuals from their own industry? What is the exact vision of in building that community?
I'll try and help you. So right now, the vision is to build the largest community of founders and entrepreneurs. Simple
Mm-hmm.
one-liner. We're trying to build the
Mm-hmm.
largest community worldwide. How we're doing that, how we're adding value to them is by connecting them to like-minded individuals. So one is that, then we help them take their product worldwide, as in, there's a separate column for them to introduce themselves. And in that
Right.
introduction, they can add links to what they're building at the moment. So people try out their products, give them feedback, all happens personally. And third, we try to find the most promising startups and try to connect them to venture capitalists. So
Hmm.
recently we've rolled out an initiative called Build X, which is an initiative where we try and find the most promising startups within the community. And then
Hmm.
we let them have one-on-one conversations with us, the founders. So me and Juana, we hop on a call with those founders and then we, find out the cracks in their business, tell them what they can improve, give them marketing strategies, whatever they want to ask and whatever they want to, if they could give us some feedback with the community, we try and have, personal one-on-one conversations with them. And if we find two different founders building in the same space through the Google form responses, we try to connect them as well. So this is the recent thing that we've launched. It's called BuildX.
I think there is a big gap in doing this because there's no such platform that does mixing global entrepreneurs. Even if you take incubators, locally in any state or in any country. It's just the regional networking which happens, but not the
Right.
global networking.
Right.
So I think is there anyone else who is doing this or?
Not specifically. I mean, there are a lot of entrepreneurial communities, but then
Hmm,
I haven't personally seen a community grow like this fast online.
right.
We've built from scratch, zero paid ads, all organic growth. Uh, for me, it's still a shocker, but yeah, we're still processing it. We're trying to make it happen.
Cool. I mean, it's only because of the organic content and the story that you guys have put
Right,
out.
right. And I
That's how
think the same,
you reached to me as well. So
yes, yes. And I think
uh,
both of us are doing a similar thing with the founder-led branding.
yeah,
Both our
yeah, yeah.
companies are, very founder-based. We're the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
driving the growth, driving the initiative. So I think
I
that's
mean
what
that
works in today's world as well.
exactly. That will only work in today's world. That will only work in today's world. And I have seen a lot of shift after building, my own personal brand, like putting out content and value to my expertise of marketing and performance marketing. It is surprising that I've got at
Mhm.
least 6 clients after I started,
Right, right,
my personal branding.
right.
So,
And
uh,
what exactly does the business do? I wanted to know a little bit about what you're doing as well.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
try
So
to
I.
dig deep, try to understand, but I'd love to know a little bit more.
I know you are curious about it. So I'll tell
Yep.
you how Whittlesback was born. And
Mhm.
so I've started it as a marketing agency.
Mhm.
So I am a serial entrepreneur. I was into real estate. I was into an F&B business. Then figuring out what is my uh, ball game.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
then so marketing was always a core of any business I was into.
Right.
It was always taking to the customers, bringing customers in. Either it's an F&B brand or real estate, or running an agency, you should get clients. So
Mhm.
I was always in the middle of figuring out of how do I attract people to my
Mhm.
services or products. So
Mhm.
that's when I was deep into marketing. I went for a short period to Paris, Toulouse Business School.
Mhm. Mhm.
I've done a short-term marketing course there, and
Oh, interesting.
I was always into luxury brands. So I've done something
Okay.
which is mix of marketing of luxury
And your
luxury brands
bachelor's
and all of
degree
that.
was in? The bachelor's
I was
degree was
in
in?
mechanical.
Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome,
A
awesome.
complete pivot.
But I mean, your bachelor's degree is also a very, good means to know exactly what you want to pursue. And I think you would have
Yeah,
figured out
yeah,
during your
yeah,
engineering that you wanted to do this.
yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, so but when I was getting into my bachelor's degree, I was more into designing part of the cars. But
Hmm. Oh,
at
okay,
that
okay.
point of yeah, but that at point of time, I didn't realize that Indian colleges don't teach you that, but it is mostly on the hardware side. So
Mm-hmm.
after I get into college, I got to know that this is not the space I have to be. But anyways, I
Understood.
had to finish that.
Hmm.
Then once I got out, I was like, I should build something on my own, some brand. It's in any industry. I see all businesses are the same. It's the
Hmm.
product marketing and the fit in the market
Right,
in which any
right,
business you do. It could
right.
be an AI
100%.
tool, it could be a real estate project, it could be
Mhm.
a food product, it
Mhm.
could be anything.
Mhm.
So it's three simple things: your product, your marketing, and your branding.
100%. And I think
Right?
if you don't do the marketing, no matter how good of a product you build, it will never reach the right audience because
Yeah.
without the right, without the right eyeballs on you, you can have an audience that, just watch your reels, and you can have an audience that follows you and
For
knows what you're
yeah,
building.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
is more having 1,000 people with that and having
Exactly.
10,000 people who don't even know what you're building, you're just doing something randomly. A thousand
It's
people is more
waste.
valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. So then I figured out, let's do marketing for all the brands around. It was more regional in Hyderabad, so
Mhm.
we were initially regional, helping a lot of brands for social media marketing and all of that. But
Okay.
then slowly we realized the numbers game in marketing. See,
Mhm.
I'm always a numbers guy. I'm into revenues, profits, P&L sheets, and all of that.
Understood.
End
Understood.
of the day, it comes to that. So then
Right.
I see a lot of brands spending thousands of dollars on Meta and Google ads, to reach to their audience and to generate revenue out of the ads they spend by targeting audience.
Right.
But
Right.
then the return on ad spend, which is called ROAS, was not that great. Uh, they were struggling. A lot of brands who spend around $1,000 to $3,000 frame struggle a lot of in generating revenue in terms of ROAS. So how Meta and Google ads work is, if your performance marketer, if you have a brand, your performance marketer sets a campaign and he checks it back after 3 days. So in the period of 3 days, there would be a lot of restrictions from Meta coming towards you, that your targeting
Right.
is not right, your ad account is blocked, or your creative is not great. All of this, but he only checks it after a period of time, and by that time you have lost your revenue in the middle. So that is the gap we have figured it out, and so we have created a campaign manager where it sits on your campaigns 24/7 and gives you updates. Hey Aditya, if something is going wrong, it'll update you. You have to change your creative. You have to change your campaigning.
Will it
Okay.
automatically make a change for you?
Yeah, it is also agentic. It'll automatically go and change it by itself. If it's not,
Perfect.
sometimes there is a Meta's, I would say security protocol. They might not allow, but if it's not allowing, we'll also update you that I'm not able to change it. Please change it by yourself.
Makes sense.
So it's more of a conversational agent that, yeah, it builds with you what we have to do in terms of creatives, in terms of like content, in terms of like targeting. So it's more like your own campaign manager, an agent who you work along and try to build good return on ad spend through the amount you spend on Meta, Google. We are also adding TikTok ads for the US markets. So yeah,
Got it. So you're
that is the
optimizing for ROAS, right? So you're trying to
yes,
make
yes.
sure that whatever money you're spending on Meta ads on that it
Google
gets
ads. Yeah,
100% utilized, that it's going to the
exactly.
right people, that you're not
Exactly.
losing money anywhere.
Exactly.
Perfect. 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 That's awesome. And the agency was a marketing agency, right?
Yeah, it was a marketing agency.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So now we
I
have
mean,
completely pivoted it into an AI tool. Yeah.
awesome. 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 And were you able to get any, like, how are you getting it to people? What is the major
So
marketing motive?
currently, I'm into a lot of communities of D2C founders.
Mm-hmm.
Few global companies, communities, and few, look. I mean, there is a community called D2C Insider in India, which is
Right. Right.
they are doing really good. They have around 10,000 D2C founders as a
Right.
community with them.
Hmm.
So I'm also a member of that. So all of them are my users.
Okay.
But yeah, we are still in the beta version, and I mean, we are not completely rolling out the product
Hmm.
to the users directly, but it would take another 48 days or so to get the perfect output that we have dreamt of.
Perfect.
So yeah,
When did you
currently we are
start
testing.
exactly?
So the idea was born in the month of April last year.
Hmm.
So then uh, initially there was no codex and cloud code to you
Right. Right.
know get things on board, and
Right.
we had to build it from scratch, and there was a lot of invest. I mean, there's a lot of quotes that I've received from a lot of you
Right.
know these agencies who build products. Then I
Hmm.
was like, sir, let's figure it out. We'll raise something. Or I was trying to do that, but then
Hmm.
Codex and Cloud Code happened. I'm my co-founder, who is like a techie in Infosys for like 5 years
Right. Uh-huh.
now. So some part of it was built by an outside agency, but now we are completely building in-house with my
It in-house, right?
co-founder, and yeah, and few good brains. We have hired few interns from IIT
Hmm.
Kanpur,
Hmm.
so we are building with them. Yeah, currently
Awesome.
that's where we are
Awesome.
in terms of the product. But what we have been trying to get in touch with a lot of D2C founders in terms of explaining the product and what's the vision. And
Hmm.
everyone we have interacted it with them has really liked the product. So that's one
That's great.
positive
That's
sign.
great. That's great. That's
And
great.
there are already good competitors in the market from the US who have
Hmm.
already had 10,000 users, 20,000 users,
Hmm. Hmm.
giving the same deliverables or the features that we are adding in the product. But
Hmm.
the thing here is they are a bit on the expensive side of
Okay.
the retainer with
Okay.
$499 or like that. But we are trying to bring that down cost effective. help more SMBs to get better.
Okay. It's a monthly retainer, right?
Yes, it's a monthly retainer.
Perfect. Perfect. I see a lot of people in Foundry One also building, a lot of AI businesses. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
even while building a personal brand, uh, the predominant audience that I've tried to target are the young entrepreneurs, the ones who
Hmm,
are
hmm.
building in college, in school, people who are in their early 20s trying to make something happen. Because right now you have the most risk-free time. Like you can
I
try,
know.
fail, try, fail, try, fail. You
Yeah,
can't do that later on in your life. And I think a
right.
lot of people are building in the AI space right now, and that's good to see. And I think
That's what I was
standing
telling.
out here is the big thing. You'll have to
I've
stand
been
out.
doing this. I started at 21 and I've been doing
Yep.
this till 26. So
That's
I've
great.
been in
That's
that
great.
space.
Right.
So you will have that freedom. You can figure it out. You have a lot of time. You fail, you'll figure it out. You fail. I failed a lot of times. I failed in
Mhm.
three businesses, but I'm still figuring out and building something in the AI way. Who
Absolutely. And
I
that takes a lot
never,
of courage. That takes a lot
man,
of
I've
courage.
never imagined
Yep.
that I'm going to be in the building an AI tool and becoming an AI
Mhm.
founder. I was
Right.
primarily into real estate. Imagine.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm
I
the
completely
most
see.
non-technical founder in the wave of AI being with the tech guys around and
Uh-huh.
getting into these tech guys' brains. And it's a different community, all young people, you see around. It's crazy. I mean, I'm loving the journey.
That's awesome. And I think, even more props to you because you've managed to stick it out for a much longer tenure than most
Yeah,
people would. I think
yeah,
we're all delusional and trying to make something big in the earliest part. Like
yeah,
by school,
yeah,
90% is forgotten. And then
yeah.
in college, around 10-20% still stick it out. And then after college, if you're still sticking it out and trying to do it, then fair props, fair props.
Yeah, as you said, they should be delusional, no
Mhm.
matter what, no
100%.
matter how much debt you are in, no matter
Hmm.
how is your financial crisis. So
Hmm.
no, that is the major part when it comes to building something.
Hmm.
You have to put in capital, you have to cope up with your lifestyle. When you're
100%.
able to withstand with that and
Hmm.
hold it for some part of time, you can
Hmm.
definitely achieve with what you're dreaming.
100%. I think
Yeah.
along those lines of being delusional, one thing that's like super important that I've seen is, there are certain traits that I think every founder should have. Like the time that I started my journey around at the age of 17 or 16,
Mm.
what I've understood was from a podcast by Chris Williamson. He said there are three traits that every successful founder should have. The first one is being delusional. It's almost having a superiority complex, knowing that you're better than this person in X, and that person is better than you in Y. Second
Yeah.
one is having a sense of insufficiency, knowing, no matter how much you do, there's still going to be more that you have to do and a crippling sense of insufficiency, as he says. And the third one
Mm.
is maniacal focus. And I think that is the one thing that, even after speaking to hundreds of founders and entrepreneurs from Foundry 101, one thing that I see most of them lacking is the third element, which is maniacal focus. They can't sit down for a long period of time and then focus on one particular thing and then focus on that only and block everything, almost as if you have blinders on you. So these are the three traits that I found at that time, which I tried to then imbibe into what I was doing all along. So, the first year of college has been a crazy ride, and
I
let's see
know,
what's in store.
I know, I know. I mean, what you said with the maniacal focus is
Mhm.
completely right. Yeah, see, currently, let's take myself as an example. I am building an AI
Perfect.
tool
Yeah.
in performance marketing, but
Yep.
I see a lot of founders doing different things in AI with
Mhm.
different sectors. Okay,
Right.
my mind shouldn't go towards them and think, what can I
Right.
do in that space? Sit,
Absolutely.
put that brain in your own tool and think what you can do with the competitors or with the market you
Exactly.
have, and try
Mhm.
build. See, the first 1,000 customers comes through this maniacal focus. Then you don't need the focus.
100%. 120%. I completely agree with that.
After that 1,000 users, it will go to
Yeah.
10,000 users without your maniacal focus.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
then
till
even
that,
delegation is possible. But then to
yeah,
get that initial validation, to make sure that your product works, you have to
exactly.
be maniacally focused. And uh, another thing is that, without being committed to the cause, you cannot even get it off the ground because then you'll get looped in the comparison loop. You'll see what
Yeah,
others are
yeah,
building. You'll see that person's building it better than you. He's trying to build
yeah.
something else. Why don't I jump there? Why don't I jump there? And then it's just a constant loop of you not focusing on your product and then but then everyone else's
Focusing on
product.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You think like
And
I know I used to do that. I was like, this
yeah,
guy can do this pivot and he can grow
right,
better.
right,
But why
right.
am I not putting that brain on my own product?
Exactly, exactly. But then
So
it's also a delicate balance. I
yeah, yeah.
agree with you, but at the same time, it's also a delicate balance, knowing exactly when you should continue and knowing exactly when you should stop and pivot to
Yeah,
something else.
yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
think you have to stick it out with something for a while to know if it works or not. You can't
Definitely,
quickly jump into
definitely.
conclusions.
I think a single problem for 3 to 4 years is the point you'll get to know that you're solving it right or not.
Right,
Right.
right, 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 right.
So you should stick with that particular problem you're trying to solve and
Mhm,
see, go deep into it for 3 years. Even an
mhm.
undergrad degree takes 4 years, and how do you figure
Right.
out the problem you're going to solve it in like 1 year?
Absolutely, absolutely. I.
So I figured it out in the hard way. So yeah, I'm just telling all the founders from in your community as well,
Mhm,
just stick with it for like 3 to 4 years a minimum.
mhm,
Then make out a draft. You will
mhm,
get a 10x MBA degree, a 10x
mhm,
undergrad degree out of that.
mhm, mhm.
Then you can,
But
if even if you fail, you can build something better than that.
100%. And why I agree with your point even more is because if you stick it out for 3 to 4 years, you learn so much that even if that doesn't work, you
You will,
will find out. Like, I have this concept which I strongly believe in, which is called pulling a thread. So you pull
hmm,
the first thread and then you pull the next thread, you pull the thread, pull the thread, and then you eventually reach the golden thread. And that golden
right,
thread is what completely changes your life, takes your life out of proportion. And to reach that golden thread, you have to pull the first thread and the second one and the
exactly,
third one. And I think
exactly.
if you pull a thread for 3 to 4 years, you're eventually going to find the tools that you need to get to the golden thread. And
Hmm.
building something for 3 to 4 years is not a light task. Yeah. So I completely agree with
Exactly,
that. Finding
exactly.
the golden
And
thread is go ahead, go ahead.
this is a this is a very important line I also want to put out, that there is something
Hmm.
called as quantum leaps
Hmm.
uh,
What
in
is
our
that?
lives. When
Hmm.
you do something for a very long time,
Hmm.
keep on doing, keeping it on doing, it builds up that compound effect in your life. It is similar
Hmm.
to compound interest of
Right,
investing.
right. I love that
You build
concept.
it,
Yes.
you build it, you build it, you build it, you build it.
Hmm.
You don't find anything. What 1 rupee has become two, 2 rupees has become four, 4 rupees has become eight. That's it, that's it, that's
Right,
it, that's it.
right.
But when you do it for a long period of time, then you can see that $1 billion in front of you. So
100%. And I think
I
the quantum leap is that compounding so much that then every step is exponential. Like you keep going
exactly,
onwards.
exactly. You take the
Yeah.
jump easily because you've already done that before.
Hmm.
But the current example I'm seeing right now is because I think a lot of Indian founders should also feel that is with RCB with IPL. They
Yeah.
are thinking that they are easily winning the trophies. It's not because
Yeah.
of that they have built an 18 years of quantum leaps behind. They figured it
100%.
out, they figured it out, they figured it out, they figured it out, they figured it out. Now they are hitting up. They might hit the third, is what I feel, because of the 18 years of the struggle they have faced.
That's a good analogy to pull through. That's nice.
Yeah,
RCB is a
because
good
I
example.
see a lot of people thinking that second trophy they got it easy. It's not. It didn't come easy.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think, there was so much pent up, suffering that,
Yeah, yeah,
I think last year you all just went at it. And this year it was just
yeah,
domination. So fair
yeah.
play, fair play.
So that's what I see with a lot of people, lot of examples globally. If you take
Mhm.
political leaders, if you take entrepreneurs, they go to
Right.
bankruptcy. You can take Elon Musk. He went into
Mhm.
$1 billion debt,
Mhm.
but he was still there. So that is what I
Yes,
was telling. That grit to
100%.
hold, being in the worst phase, we can do anything.
Yep. I think one thing that I was for any founder that's listening that's at their earliest stage, no skill sets, you're just trying to see how you can start. Because I think a lot of people struggle there. I get so many messages every single day, Aditya, How do I start? How did you get there? To give you context, Aditya did not have any editing skills. Aditya did not know what to do. The only thing that I thought of and focused on was to build some kind of value. Build any kind of value, and people will get back to
Yeah,
you for it. You know,
exactly.
there's this quote I always revisit by Kobe Bryant. He says, uh, someone asked him what his definition of legacy was. Legacy is a word
Hmm.
that I live with. It is the foundation for everything that I do. I love the word. But what he said the definition for legacy was is to do something good for somebody
Hmm.
that they then transfer it to the next person, to the next person, and to the next, and then becomes a chain of good deeds or a good thought or an inspirational thing. It then becomes a chain and inspires a lot more people. If you can do that, then that is legacy for me. And that was the thought process behind Foundry 101 also. If I can create one small bit of value, one small positive change, you never know how many people that can transcend to and get to. So yeah, I think
Also, it comes back to you, Aditya. It
it
comes
comes
back
back to
to
you.
you.
100%,
Yeah,
100%. Whatever you put out into the world, yeah, it will come back to you sooner or later. And that's a universal law. So if you're in
yeah,
your earliest stage and if you are unsure about what to start, what to do, kahan se shuru karu, take the first step. And
yeah.
that's all you need to do. Take the first step. And you pull the first thread, you will get to the golden thread eventually. And the golden thread will change the course of your life. So
I know.
just start. Just start. You'll figure it out.
Just, just letting you know, I think this is one of the most motivational podcasts that we are doing on this part. For all the founders out there, I think they would get uh, an adrenaline rush if they are, in their in their bad faces. And yeah, this
That's
should be there.
happy.
The
Happy to
motivation
hear it.
should be there. The motivation should be there to
I think
inspire
I've tried
everyone.
to center my personal brand around that also because I feel
I
like there's so much energy and bubbling inside me, which I
I
want to
know.
get to the world. I feel like I mean, do one good deed, man. I think that's the foundation of it all. Do one
I
good
know.
deed, it'll compound, you'll get to the next person and then to the next person, and eventually it'll come back to you in some way. And I've seen that so many times. The more you give out to the world, the more grateful you'll be for every small thing you get. Matlab,
It's
you're not
both for
expecting
good and bad. It's both good and bad. If you give out
100%. I
about
agree
bad,
there
you will
also.
get back bad. Yeah,
I agree there also. I agree there also.
I
I
know.
think you would know,
I
what do
know.
you think about like having a large vision and how important do you think that is?
Aditya, I have become lonely having that delusional mind and a large vision. Okay.
Yeah.
I have lost a lot of people in my I've lost a lot of people in my life.
Mhm.
That's because only because I'm delusional and I have a bigger vision than that they cannot, take it up or like align with it with what I'm
Mhm.
thinking. Your daily habits change.
Mhm.
With whatever you're dreaming, your daily habits change, your routines change. But whereas they live in their own bubble, so it doesn't collide.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I feel in my personal point of view, I've become a lonely guy. But
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not sad about it. I am only behind my vision. I
I
am only
understand.
behind building my $1 billion dream. It could be
100%.
anything. It could be any business. I want to build that $1 billion dream. I feel I was born for it and I can only do that. Then nothing than any other thing in life. So the
Whatever you're
last five
speaking right now resonates
yeah,
so much. Just to let you know. Yep.
yeah,
Continue.
yeah. The last 5 years was not at all easy for me because see, in terms of markets, in terms of products, in terms of the global things,
Mhm.
uh, in the situation I was in, a lot of entrepreneurs have done good things in the last 5 years, I would say, but
Mhm.
it's not, I mean, it go right in my way. So
Mhm.
I feel, okay, they might have hit 100 crores of revenue, 200 crores of revenue, 300 crores of revenue. Maybe I'm hitting
Mhm.
9,000 crores of revenue. That's why it's taking time for me.
Mhm.
That's what I am looking at it.
That's what you're looking at. Yeah. I
See,
think they might be looking at the 1 year picture, the 2 year picture. You're looking in decades. You're thinking in 10 years,
yeah,
where can I be? And
that's why maybe I'm not successful till now. Who knows?
no, I think even success differs from person to person. There's this,
Yeah.
just because you said that line, yeah, there's another line that Earl Nightingale says. He says, success is it's the attainment of a predetermined goal. That's it. Like if you've predetermined something in your life, like if you wanted Wittelsbach to get to the first or two users, and that is a goal that you set before it actually happened, you're successful. A teacher who's
Yeah,
teaching in
yeah,
a
I
school
know.
who wanted to be a teacher for a long time, that's being successful. So I think you're doing great, man. And
Yeah, it's the same. You have to become successful in your mind first, then it automatically. See, I'm telling you
yep,
that I'm going to build that billion dollar dream.
yep,
I felt how to be in the space of becoming a billion dollar, guy or a company. I know how it feels.
hmm
So even if I achieve it one day, I don't feel that difference. I'm already in that karmic
yeah,
evolution of feeling that.
yeah.
You
The law
understood?
of attraction. You see it here first, and then it actually
Yeah.
happens. I'm sure both of us would have, I
You
think one
see,
thing, at least in my life and in your life as well, we've seen things before they actually happened. Even Foundry 101, even,
yeah, I know.
whatever I've built before that, I've seen it before it even happened, way before it even happened. So, and I think you can agree with that. So if you're
I know.
listening,
I know.
see it in your mind,
Yeah,
and then it will come into existence
I
sooner or
know.
later. Like it will. No one can stop it. Awesome.
I know. I know.
And
I'll tell you,
what
Aditya,
else?
I'll tell you another. I want to add some story here that I I've never sat down with a VC meeting before. The
Mhm,
first VC I sat down
mhm.
was a billion dollar enterprise brand in the market, which is public.
Crazy, crazy.
That was through an Instagram DM.
Oh, really? An outreach.
I didn't. That was Yes, that was through an Instagram DM,
Mhm,
and the the it didn't close, but the 2 hours of meeting with them has changed my perspective of business and what I'm building, and it completely changed my vision of thoughts of building things. So, Althea, to close this off, what is your vision with Foundry, and where do you want to take this? Just what do you want to build?
Uh, First of all, Abhishek, it's been an honor to sit, with you and talk about all the things that both of us are building. With
Yeah,
Foundry, I think it is to make this one of the biggest entrepreneurial platforms in the planet. Uh, Again, I have this very specific rule that you first build something and then you get it out into the world. But then you don't talk about it unless it's out there, and it's a
yeah,
rule that I stick with. But I am planning on building other ventures. Like Foundry is the moat. It's the leverage. It's the lever that I mentioned earlier. But up next, I have a few other projects planned, and hopefully in the next few months we'll be rolling out that as well. And yeah, I think for anyone listening, just keep trying. Like whatever you're doing, just keep trying. Just like Abhishek was speaking to me right now, I've also spoken to a lot of very successful CEOs and CXOs. Uh, One thing that all of them have told me, and I think you would agree with as well, Abhishek, is that when you're in your youngest phases, because I think most of my viewers are people who are very very young, and right now you have the highest leverage. You can go, try, fail, do whatever you want. And so your time and energy in whatever you're doing should be channeled into one specific thing, and that is trying out different things. I think I spoke to Kailash Nath. He's the CXO, he's the CTO of Zerodha. What he said in very specific to me was that Aditya, try and tinker as much as possible. Tinker around, try and experiment as much as possible. Just experiment as much as possible, tinker around, because right now you have the time with you. You have the highest, people who've made millions of dollars would trade whatever they have built to be where you are right now. So do not take it for granted. Keep building, keep trying, and the time will come. The golden thread will come. Yeah. And I'd like to
yeah,
wrap it up
yeah.
there.
Perfect, perfect. To close this off, I would like to tell all the founders out there, if you're lacking out of motivation, or if you're lacking out why to start, where to go, why should I do this? I would say
Yep.
definitely I would never seen this motivated podcast for pushing founders to build something else. Please watch this podcast. That's all I can say. And let me know how motivated you have felt in the comments. And I have enjoyed a lot
Absolutely.
talking. And I think this is the best podcast I had, to put out my emotions and feelings of building things. You bought it out, Aditya.
Hmm. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So glad. And I think, yeah, I've just been so happy the way you've been so honest. And, I think both of us have shared a lot about our
Yeah,
journey as well. And that makes the whole
yeah,
process
yeah,
so much better. So it's been lovely to be on
yeah,
this
yeah.
journey with you. And I thank you so
Done,
much,
done.
man. Thank you.
We'll we'll
Definitely.
we'll definitely do another podcast sooner or later when
Yep.
the time is right, and
100%.
we'll keep providing this value to the community, and I mean, I feel all the founders out there should grow. All of us should grow. That's what I feel. Thank you, and I'll see you
Thank you,
soon. Bye.
Abhishek.